Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to episode 87 of the Great Pendragon Campaign. I'm waiting for YouTube to tell me, okay, I'm technically muted on the preview, so I'm not going to hear a double take. So I do think I did it right. But this is the first time going over here for this side. But yeah, episode 87. We haven't played in a little bit due to technical problems and stuff, but we're back. Super happy to be back. It is the year 524.
Is it?
It
Wow.
is. Yeah. All right. Let's
Already nearly a quarter of the century.
Yeah. What have we all been up to besides surviving?
Oh, in real life,
Just real life, yeah.
We are so close to this book being done. I hopefully will have the last of my chapter by this week, and it's edits, and we're so close. And then my brain can have extra space for other things. It's going to be wonderful, and the book's going to be amazing. So, yeah, that's where I've been. It was a blink, but I definitely felt not playing, and I'm glad to be back.
Absolutely. Well, yeah. Colin, anything else to add? Just surviving?
Yeah, nothing really.
Let me bring you more on screen. Somehow my camera's got all messed up. There we go.
Yeah, we're on YouTube now.
YouTube.
Yeah, I had to figure out where the link was because it's a new thing. I want to try it out. I might just, because you know how everyone mostly just watches the VODs anyways. So I was like, well, I can save myself 3 steps of exporting and doing that stuff by just putting it here.
There you go.
You know, maybe I end up multi-streaming, but that requires money and like setting it up. So I'm like, I'll just try this out first and see how it goes. And if anyone cares or whatever, then we'll switch. But if not, yeah, we'll see how it goes. But anyways, yeah. So hopefully everything's coming through. Like technically everything looks okay. You know,
I have it open on another tab and it looks good and sounds fine. So.
Perfect. Thank you. Cool. Well then let's go to the spring. Or you know, let's say actually it's probably more like late winter or so. But it's a scene for you two together, as well as Rodgar, that we're at Shoulderton, you know, drinking some mulled wine, as you do at this time of the year. And, you know, Rodgar is just kind of like looking into his cup, you know, it's got just kind of, and, you know, clearly is a little distressed. And he's like, you know, I've just had it up to here with these Orkneys. You know, if Arthur's blood wasn't in their veins, you know, might do something about it. Clearly needs some kind of coaching of some kind, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Gorthrin's gonna look at him and just go, "What? Speak. This is our home. You can speak freely here. What would you do? Like not like a how dare you, but just what's on his mind? What does he have, or rather more, what does he have to get off his chest?"
Yeah. Acewin just leans over and fills Rodgar's cup up a little bit more.
yeah, fills it up from the bowl. He's like, thanks. It's just, you know, after Pelennor and that jousting like the whole thing and the house, it's just, they're nothing but bad luck, and just me getting caught up in it too, it just reflects poorly on me, and something's off with them. They bring bad fortune. They bring bad energy to the kingdom.
Simply bad energy, or do you detect Morgan's influence here?
They are her blood, but then again, you know, Yvain's all right. So I don't know. I don't know. There's something's wrong with them, and like, you don't get that from Gawain.
No, something's wrong with Gawain. There is a hunger in him that is bottomless. You should be careful with him.
Yeah.
But at a party, while we're drinking, he's fine. It's Gawain. I'm trying to think, and it's probably gonna take a minute to bring myself back up to speed, but like, how much does Rodgar know about any of the supernatural stuff that's going on behind the scenes? My guess is not much.
Yeah, well, everyone knows about like Morgan's attempt on Arthur's life, going back from the Excalibur and what's his name, the guy who surrendered, you convinced to surrender. Like he knows that story, especially because like how involved you guys are. And obviously he would also know that well, UFO and everybody in Salisbury in that siege would be his mom's doing as well. You know, and just in general, and then well, not just in general, then specifically, you know, last year Pelinor's dead, right? Killed by the brothers. It's like all of them apparently. Gawain pronounces himself innocent of it, but
missed that. You run that by me again. Pellinor is dead, killed by the Orkney lads.
Yes.
Okay.
And so in this sort of like, yeah, because we haven't played in a while, but everyone who's watching on a VOD would be like, yeah, of course, why don't you remember that? Yeah. Yeah, remember that like we were lamenting how like between Pellinor now and Ulfius gone, like the, you know, the numbers of the Uthers branch are Brastius retired, remember? Yeah, there's like all of this stuff is like it's over.
That was built a giant fence around him so that he can die in his sleep, like nobody else gets to.
The era of the Uther greats is more or less coming to a close. The closest one that would still be around, relatively youngest, would be what's his name? Kay's dad, the one who raised Arthur. Elric? No, that's of Melbourne. Edric. I don't remember his name. Ector. Thank you. I knew it was an E. I was just dancing around. Yeah, Ector.
Yeah. I got you. Okay. So in that case, Hrodgar knows. I don't even think Hrodgar was born when Erwin was on trial for what happened in Cornwall.
Yeah.
Like this is like, and I'm gonna like give Acewin a look and just be like, Hrodgar, there's some family history you should know. And I think it's time to bring Hrodgar sort of just up to speed on what Gorthrin knows, what Gorthrin's found out from Sir Marjorie, that conversations they had right after Gareth died, like just sort of these are events that have been going on that our families have been intertwined with for at least 2 generations now. And like Merlin's hand is in all of it. Like he just keeps growing up and up and up until this last one where I think Gorthrin thinks he's just spent. Whatever Morgan did when she trapped him in the tower, getting out of that was just the last Merlin had, because we haven't seen him since, right? And he used to be all over the place. I think it's just like, let's have some drinks and hang out and spend like a late winter's eve just letting Gorthrin in on the family history. And it's Rodgar, letting him in on the history, especially as it relates to like everything that went down in Cornwall with Uther and Igraine, why there's beef between Arthur and the Orkneys, and how, you know, there's the points along the way. I don't know if that helps him, because it's like, this is something that's deep. You got to be careful around this, Rodgar.
Yeah.
And that's why that stone was so important.
Would you say then, like Jim, do you think you would be coaching from a prudence perspective, or do you think this is actually more of like a spiritual perspective, right? Of like there's a grander scheme afoot, or something.
Gorthrin is definitely thinking in a spiritual line. Gorthrin's vision and his experience, like, you know, with just the serendipitous things in his life, has led him to be like, there are higher powers at work. Like, he might not believe it in his soul yet, but he's, you know, that's where he's at, and that's what he's trying to convince his brother of like, we are riding atop a spiritual churning. And we're just like, there's very little we could do to change that. We have to survive it, you know, kind of perspective. That's how Gorthrin approaches it.
Sure.
While they're all drinking, you know, talking about bullshit. And like the time that our dad chased a unicorn, and, you know.
Oh my God, yeah, with the
you know, that kind of
the fake horn, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm really curious if does Acewin do you take that side of council, or do you coach him on a different path, balancing it out, or
I think Acewin feels kind of obligated to offer the more, I suppose, secular side of it. Less that there, great things afoot, and more that we are very close to echelons of power that whose gears have a tendency to grind people between them if you're not careful. Right? The idea that you can solve something at the higher tiers of court by going out and quote doing something about the Orkneys. It's like that's a bit indelicate way to handle it. And that doesn't mean that the issue that he sees isn't there. It's that he may not be acquainted with the kinds of tools deployed in those kinds of politics.
No.
That, as he is describing it, just going out and killing someone only leads to more blood. There will not be anything solved by it.
You've coached me in what not to do. I see the grander picture, Gorthrin. But what is it that I should do? I have this energy inside that needs to come out.
We should do what we always have, steadfast and loyal. We will protect the king. We will uphold his law. That is the only way that justice can be had for everyone. The anarchy was no state that anyone else should have to grow up in. And so whatever faults our king might have, or whatever sins he might have committed, he is still our king, and we should support him. And at the meta level, I really want to set Gorthrin up for whatever the hell happens between Lancelot and Arthur, and because he has some strong loyalties and passions going on between them, and it's going to be interesting when that
it's coming up soon, for sure.
Yeah, but he's definitely like, the king is the king.
Yeah,
and we are lucky to be alive when we have such a king.
And well, I may not have that close of an attention to Arthur, but perhaps I can become noticeable in the eyes of our Earl.
Certainly.
Is he married?
Yeah. But but I think he's going to try to. Part of me thinks that he wants to study hunting and like how you do stuff, Gorthrin. If being like, how can I inherit your position, at a future date or whatever.
Yeah, am I getting a sense from him that Rodgar is wanting more independence? Like, does he feel?
No, it's the opposite. He wants more enmeshment. He wants to be. Gotcha. He needs to be promoted, have some sort of like officership, like especially like at least especially like 'cause that's how you're coaching him, right? I mean, like be a part of a bigger thing, throw yourself into a bigger like how can I be steadfast and loyal? Like, oh well, office service, supporting my Earl. And
I was actually thinking about that just in terms of Gorthrin's household. Like Gorthrin would definitely have appointed several of his household knights as like his own constable, his own and I think there is a place for Rodgar. I don't think I have a marshal, and I have
I think he does. You have the training grounds at Cholderton, right? For like the jousting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think Rodgar will say how when the very second the snow stopped falling, I will be out there training. Perhaps I could become, the champion of the Earl in the affairs of justice. Yeah, very much like that. Plus, it would keep me sharp. For when these Orkney boys come back here.
Yes.
Like he still hasn't let it go, but basically it's like, oh, here's a way I can like, basically just grind set my brain into,
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say,
Nice. All right, so you coach them just to, hey, just become really good at lancing, and then you can become really good at justice and become noticed that way, and then also have a chance to, unhorse, Agravain and stuff, and Geras and stuff.
yeah, I think that's like, especially like in light of Acewin's, like you can't just trounce them, but if like personal beef is part of this, then we have an outlet for that. You could get good.
Right. And hold on, to be clear though, it's a little bit less like, Rodgar is less about like just strictly he feels offended. It's just that there is like a stink in the kingdom from these guys. I mean, like someone's got to do it,
Yeah.
And he's kind of griping about that kind of thing, and being like, well, then I'll do it. And now that I keep getting a little burned, like now that I've been on the periphery of some of this stuff, it's like, nah, let me do something about it, right? It can't just be me. And like he's being like pretty close with you two, right? But he's kind of definitely coaching his words because you're his superiors, you're round table knights, you're peers with these people. And so it was nice for you to like draw back the curtain a little bit and been like, no, like it's okay, like we understand these guys, and like you're able to talk more at that level, which he certainly appreciates.
Gueno's Gorthrin 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Like that sort of thing.
That asshole owes me 100 libra.
Like I don't ever expect to see it back, but he does.
Yeah.
No, I think for Rodgar, I've got Sir Glesney, who I made a note to myself, either promotion to Marshal or Constable of Tillsbury, or Tilshead, and I was mostly just thinking like what for Sir Glesney, like what her instinct would be, like just knowing her as Gorthrin might, whether she'd be more into the Marshal or Constable side, but offering the other to Rodgar as like, so those are the sort of the chief premier positions in any household, whether it be earls or someone like Gorthrin, and those would be I wanted to see who would fill those two positions.
I feel like Glesney would be better as a constable. I feel like a constable is probably somebody who should be from the population who like you're policing in a way that makes more sense. While a marshal could be more general defense.
Right, and then
like irresponsible
Cholderton has it's all right. It's that day of the week. We're going to ride to Cholderton and tilt all day, kind of thing. Where this is the Rodgar then is responsible for making sure that the rest of the household knights we all ride as one.
Well, here's something to consider for Tilshead. Remember how thanks to our marshal here, Acewin has sort of set up like hey, as a possible way to handle affairs, jousting. Right.
Yeah.
That is currently at a higher level and not like in your, Tilshead level or Vagon level of handling those affairs at that, scale. Right. This is for handling inter-castle, vassal, kind of stuff with courts. But if you wanted to, like, there's nothing stopping like constable being like, anything with your own personal vassals being like, settle off in the, settled on the court.
Yeah, that is certainly what Gorthrin's going to enforce through his household and the like.
Okay.
Because when we don't play, my brain just thinks and thinks and thinks and thinks and thinks about all the possibilities of the game. And one of them was like how we're not like the lowest level here, but in the positions we have with the Earl, we are kind of the first line of defense of the shit that's going to bubble up from the bottom.
Yep.
And like that, being able to stay connected with that, and like, especially as Gorthrin gets older, like how many more giants can he kill?
Yeah.
Right. How many more last stands can he have before he's dead? But he can still be useful to the Earl as like keeping a lid on the simmering stuff.
Yeah. Actually, you all are kind of the second tier. Like your first tier is like your Glesneys and the rest of the Confederation of the Born, right? Who are sort of like handling these sort of affairs at a level, and then only like occasionally do we see like an insight into that like lower level part, but you will certainly see it more from like her, like if we're looking at stuff from Rodgar, we begin to see that level again, right? Because that's the level that these guys operate on.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's do that. Super abstract.
Yeah, I gotcha. So yeah, I'll promote Glesny and Hrodgar to those positions, and with a commiserate increase in their stipend. And Gorthrin's like he looks at that giant's tooth all the time. He's like, there's only so many more times I do that, and I'll end up like Acewin and don't get back up. And like once is enough, maybe enough. He wants to have a legacy and wants to be an old ass man sitting on in his great hall with a bunch of grandkids and the like.
Everybody, yeah. To have grandkids. I mean, that's the Pelennor approach to life. That's the Pelennor model to being a great knight.
Yeah. The other thing is, if the bounty on ravens and crows hasn't done much, he'll increase it by a little bit more.
No, it's you're beginning. Okay, well, we can just cut to some stuff going over there right now, but also I have some stuff for Acewin as well. But I wanted to get to first. If that's okay. So Acewin, I have a conversation between you and Alwina in my brain at a different part of the spring. It's a bit concerning Yanto. Yanto doesn't seem to. I don't want to say he's a little quirky. Yanto seems to.
You're talking about Yanto?
Yeah, oh sorry, Yanto. I'm saying his name wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Yanto's doesn't seem to be. He's getting some complaints from like the priests and stuff like that. He keeps sneaking out of church and would much rather spend his time in nature. His favorite things he's been doing lately is collecting caterpillars and is fascinated when they make their cocoons. In other words, he's exhibiting like worldly tendencies.
Yeah.
Now, Alwina is lazy, right? And just loves how quirky he is. And like, oh, that's so cool. And just super proud of Yanto. But, Karen's a little concerned that, be made fun of.
Is there anyone currently making fun of him? He's not being bullied, is he?
Karen makes the face that says no, but that she's, Karen's protecting from you getting involved, right? Like that, because she knows how much power you have, right? And Karen's like doing that thing where, please don't step in. It would make it even worse. If Yanto's getting bullied, then, what would it look like if the marshal steps in? That would show him even more weak.
Are we concerned with Yanto being weak? Are we concerned with Yanto appearing to be weak?
Yeah. I know you get to go off to be with Arthur and all these adventures, but around here, that's the son of the marshal, being a little weird.
Around here is the only place that Yanto is recognized as the son of the marshal.
Right. But I just don't know what to do about it. There should be some kind of, respect given. But I don't know if this is just, pages will be pages thing.
I confess that I never had problems like this when I was a child.
Neither did I. Basically everyone here is like just not sure what to do as a parent, at this point.
When I was younger, I had a tendency to hit things and people that I didn't like with a stick. I'd also hit things and people that I did like with a stick. And so it came to be that most people, for what value that carries, respected me, or at least my stick.
Yeah, man.
Has Yanto been spending much time in nature?
Alwina comes over bringing some rolls or some bread to hang out and says, "Oh my God, I cannot keep that kid out of the bourne. He's basically an otter."
was the nearest druid? And this is sort of out of character. Any of the like, who's the closest neighbor who has a druid instead of a priest administering to their manor? I know there
Honestly,
are druids at Stonehenge, but
yeah, but they're obviously the Lady of the Lake and big celebrity people.
mm-hmm. But like who would be administering to local pagans is the question.
Yeah.
Bolton still, right?
What'd you say?
Bolton.
Yeah, I mean, Broughton for sure,
away.
but I definitely think that there's got to be someone in the Bourne that is. I'm just not exactly sure. My logic in my brain says there's got to be someone in like the upper Bourne. Yeah, no, Myth rest in power. Right, but there's got to be someone. I think. Yeah, I think someone like way out in the boonies and the sticks. Of the upper shoot, the upper shoot forest. Let's say the Knight of Tidworth, whoever that may be. Let me look at my notes. I don't know, but yeah, let's say they do, right?
Yeah.
The point though is you want to do this kind of relatively privately. I believe that is Lunid of Tilsworth.
Yeah.
Of Tidworth.
Acewin's going to suggest sending Yanto out to like visit the druids, maybe visit Stonehenge, interact with that sort of worldly,
Are you sure?
Like naturey aspect of things, and Acewin's going to look. We can't make the children respect Yanto if they don't want to. We can't make Yanto make them respect him with a stick. What we can do is make the other children envy him and perhaps spend less time bullying him and more time asking about the cool places he's been. I don't know, what child wouldn't like to visit Stonehenge after all?
Let's hope that works.
Yeah,
they agree.
So basically, Acewin is suggesting let's arm Yanto with the social currency that kids respect, which is novelty, and hopefully that can parlay into sort of less acrimonious social connections.
For sure. Yeah. Full like to give you a little bit of a hint of probably what's to come though is that Yanto's probably not super into like pagan stuff either. It's genuinely just they're not interested in faith stuff at all. Like they're just genuinely like, I just like my bugs, bugs are cool.
Well, yeah, no, and this wouldn't be to like interact with the paganness, but it's just like the pagans interact with nature to a far greater degree than the British Christians. So like, if anyone's gonna show you
optically
really
look better. Yeah. And yeah, exactly. Finding they would definitely know the best caterpillars and the coolest mushrooms and stuff, Yeah. Like there's
a place for Yanto in Camelot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. I love it. All right, let's talk about back over to Gorthrin. Something's going wrong with the well in Till's Head. The most nefarious part of it all is this rumor that it was after your the strange daughter Helid was playing by the well. Ever since then, folks have been getting sick, which has added to misfortune this year. Correlation, causation.
They're talking about Gorthrin's daughter?
Yeah. The kid that in the basket.
Oh, okay. I had a different name. I had a different
was it not?
Name for
What?
I had Sign. That was the
change it to? INE?
I only because I do have Helid that was born the same year, but it was born in Helid was born in a year of domestic bliss.
Oh yeah, okay.
You're talking about the
yeah.
the May Day baby.
Yes. Sorry,
yeah, I had her as
Mayday
a sign. Or
My
scene.
bad.
I have no idea how to
Is
pronounce
it
it.
CYN?
SYNNE.
Sin. Yeah, it's got to be like
Yeah.
Sin.
Yeah. So
Which is
yeah. So it's her. Or that's
very
the sort of
Vampire the Masquerade name.
I know, right?
But yes, it's her. Sorry. The point. Okay. Sorry, my bad. Then. All right. Glad we fixed that. But yes, in general, the idea here is that like, hey, the kid under strange circumstances after playing by a well, as apparently, and that rumor is kind of gaining some traction, which is not a good rumor to have.
Not a good rumor to have. Yeah.
Now,
for sure.
Do you like? Can you? I don't even. I would love to know to hear how you intend to prove that it's not the case, or just squash the rumor. But in general, like, yeah, how do you want to handle this? And in fact, this would be a great job to ask your constable. You know what I mean? To be like, what are you going to do?
I definitely like to get Glesney's take, because my read on Glesney was that Glesney has a bloody-minded pragmatism.
Yeah,
and that Gorthrin appreciates. So definitely get Glesney's take on it.
I mean, the next time everyone's in the hall and you're dealing with like your I don't know what the word would be, just burgers, whatever, like the upper level people of your town.
Yeah.
You're not necessarily your blacksmith, but like the people who are the important people, and just be like, no, tell them to be honest with you, right? If they truly feel that way, they'll speak up. And if not, then they're coming from cowardness, because everyone here loves and trusts you, right?
Yeah, she's not like just blowing hot smoke up Gorthrin's visor. She
fighting rumors in the dark is like wrestling a pig in mud.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Bring it to light. Show transparency. Show resolve, my lord.
Thank you, Glesney. You're right. Skulking about behind everyone's back will not make this any better. And so, yeah, Gorthrin's going to approach this like, number one, the kids is his responsibility. He has accepted, as a ward, essentially. And so I want Gorthrin to get to both the bottom of what's happening with the well, and, be public about it, and also like, who's spreading the rumors. If someone saw something, definitely will speak to them about it. But Gorthrin makes a good faith effort to just get to the bottom of this, and then whatever consequences need to come out will come out.
I mean, it's probably just like, the weaver's wife saw her playing by the well, and the next thing you know, she gets sick from the well water, and some other people do like, I also got headaches after that. That's weird. And it's kind of going off that way. So there's this sort of
we need to get
plant of mistrust go.
Do we need to get a priest out here to check out the well? Do we need to get some
do you want to like pay for like a blessing kind of thing? No.
Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah, we definitely check out the well.
Sure.
I mean, it's the well, so it's got to. There's something wrong with it. We need to check it out.
Yeah. So I mean, this, like, people bring up the water, it looks fine. It's not like there's like a skull in it or like some kind of dead animal in it,
Yeah.
Instead, it's just very much like, you definitely should have somebody come over and, whether it's a druid or a priest or somebody, maybe even both if you're just gonna be doubly sure to get it, But basically, you need to get a new like OSHA inspection of your well, and of the metaphysical variety.
Yes. Yeah, Gorthrin will, not like ostentatiously or obnoxiously, but Gorthrin is handling it publicly. And he'll take Glesney up on her advice about sort of the next time that Gorthrin addresses the town and the those with influence in it, to address the rumors head on. And that this is if there is any concern about sin, then I am the person to talk to about it. She is my ward, and I am responsible for her. There is no reason to speculate. You can come to me, and I will handle it.
and we will handle it over the winter phase. Cool. While you also are just grabbing as much responsibility as you can, you receive a message from Sweeterin's father, Oswald. He asked to come live with you in Sweeterin. So basically, your father-in-law. At this point, you can make an intrigue test to read sort of between the lines of what he's talking about and what's been going on since the last time you were down into Wessex.
Yeah, because he's like a minor baron, right?
Correct.
Boom!
That's
right
a
out
crit.
of the gate.
That's a crit. And I realize the dark mode CSS kind of ruins this. Noted myself for the future. I should probably disable that. But awesome. Then I will give you the whole scoop. And it would actually kind of make sense because you would hear it from King Godwin himself. After you're all's bound, got your buddy hunting times.
Yeah. We're writing letters.
Yeah, right. He's run afoul of King Godwin. He doesn't really approve of King Godwin not being married. And he had a fight with some fellow thanes of Godwin, right? So then he ended up killing one, and their kin have promised, to pay.
Yeah.
So he's asking to be like, hey, can I come stay with you?
Yeah.
If you to put a finer point on it, if you do not protect him, he risks death, and you'll also be suffering love of family for sure, right? Yeah. If you do protect him, you'll check love of family, but you will lose one honor because you are going in front of your bonds with Godwin and kind of interfering with laws.
Yeah.
But could there be another way to solve this? As an open-ended this is just an open-ended quandary, and this feel free to role play with Acewin and other people if you want to include other people thinking about what to do. But this is the situation, right?
This is definitely a Gorthrin doesn't need to think on his own type of problem.
Yeah. He didn't they didn't do anything wrong, but he is there are consequences to what's happened, and intervening is
ideally Gorthrin mediates some sort of situation where his father-in-law is not in King Godwin's disfavor. Gorthrin was under the impression that Godwin would get married, that he would just perform the monarchical duties as part of their office, but not necessarily no one was asking enthusiasm. But
exactly.
It's been a while since they've hung out. Yeah,
Godwin's been dragging his feet on it, which is reasonable, and that's sort of the cause of the fight being Bobby, you should settle down at some point, he's back off, and the next thing you know, one thing led to another.
Right. The way that Gorthrin is going to posit this with the Earl is or not with the Earl, but with King Godwin is this is a family obligation. I am deeply aggrieved and will take the hit to honor and whatever breach of friendship that might entail with Godwin. But Gorthrin wouldn't be true to himself if he didn't help out a family member, and father-in-law is pretty important, even if what he did was stupid. And so this Sweeterin's father, he could stay with us, and hopefully there'll be a temporary situation over by Christmas, certainly. Yeah. Okay, so that was a hit to honor, but and then what was the other?
No, check love of family.
Okay.
Right. So, needless to say, you will not be hunting with King Godwin for the time being.
Understandable. We had we exchanged, we had the letters, we exchanged some horses.
Yeah.
And there's always time.
Exactly. family comes first. And the reason why you take the honor is because also you remember you have fealty to Godwin with your manor in. So yeah,
Yes.
that's why. Okay.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah,
Right.
this is a weird situation where it's like, and he has that through his father, so it's like,
Yeah, it's it's kind of oops. But yeah,
that's what I really like about Gorthrin. I was looking at it, it's like he has technically 3 oaths of fealty.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's exactly why it's messy.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Well, he can stay in the guest house.
Yeah. Cool. So you'll support him, but he lives there.
Support him, yeah.
And occasionally you'll have to be dealing with drunken fellow banner lords.
Yeah,
right.
Certainly. Exactly.
You know, his kids and whatnot claiming fighting for
let's see. Yeah.
Then actually you should probably warn Rodgar.
Yeah.
After the conversation that you just had, be like, hey, you mean a chance I can step up and use this energy? I would absolutely fight someone. I could. So now someone's looking for a fight for my bro. I will absolutely step in, right?
Yes.
So you should probably. What's your orders for Rodgar? Stand down on this?
No. Rodgar, this is if you're looking to prove yourself, this is this is a chance.
Oh, we can't wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is the kind of thing I want to be able. Gorthrin's like, I don't want to have to worry about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. No, you have a family. You have plenty of people who can help. No problem. Rodgar's like, consider it done, bro. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Give him, give Oswald my best. I'll make sure nothing happens.
Good.
Lovely. All right. Let's go to Easter. Unless there's anything else we should do around. I got nothing. So
I got nothing other than to note that I don't think I chose from last winter phase, what my increase was. And I raised my loyalty to Arthur to 16. After saving his life twice in that year, I felt like I want to have that in the Amor go head to head.
Yeah, if anything, you might want to we should maybe split. No, I guess it was honor. So we just lost honor instead of loyalty. So this is fine. Yeah, because right now it's loyalty to the king rather than just loyalty to Lord.
Yeah, I've got them split up.
You did already do that.
Yeah, I've got them
perfect.
Separated because he does have the 3.
Yeah, that's a good point then.
Book of the Estate has some good guidance on how to separate them out.
Yeah. Okay. Just looking for anything else in here. Yeah, just had lance training. You also, there was an orchard that you built a couple years back, 2 years back or whatever. No, okay, there's nothing else about it. Okay. Yeah, so let's go to Camelot. So, as is tradition, there's always something odd happening. Something always magical has to go down at the feast. And this time, it is a Cornish knight who's brought into the feast on a litter, which is basically not so much a stretcher. It's like a fancy stretcher. It's like a stretcher, but kind of like a chaise lounge kind of stretcher.
Palanquin, sedan.
Yeah,
chair,
palanquin. Yeah, exactly. Kind of like a palanquin situation. The knight's brought in on that because he is honored, but he also is clearly in no position to be standing or doing anything because he has 2 lances buried in his chest and a sword embedded in his head. Yvain, so imagine you all are hanging out at the round table, right? Just talking about how your years have gone. And Yvain leans over to Gorthrin and goes to be alive after such wounds like that knight must be of relations to Aeswin.
Really? Who is that?
He's the unnamed knight announces that he is Sir Kinnan. And he says, "My king, Arthur, I require a knight to draw these weapons from me and end my suffering. But the one who does so must swear to avenge me and all who love my enemy more than myself. Arthur proceeds to stand with the knight and says, Sir Kenan, like no one would do, would do more than me to avenge you. Who would wrong you like this? And he says, well, I cannot say without you accepting the quest, but I have already vanquished and slew the offender myself. So then you won't tell us about the other foes? Says Arthur to Kenan. No, not until someone has taken the quest. Well, then please stay in my court, and may you have and be given the greatest treatment my kingdom can give. And Arthur will look to the rest of the round table, and consequently then to the rest of the court.
Yeah.
The demands of this quest is too great and too outrageous to take. It is folly we can't afford. Like making eye contact for you all, being like, don't do this.
Yeah,
but this knight's clearly in suffering.
Big unknown.
Yeah. But this knight's clearly in suffering, and Arthur's,
fucking again, sweating bullets right now.
Yeah, exactly. Because to be clear, like they're saying, to whoever wants to heal me must swear to avenge me against any and all who love the person who hurt me more than myself. And they're like, can you elaborate? And they're like, I will not.
Yeah, so that's
that is, yeah, that's dangerous.
Yeah, that's a danger. Ooh, man.
It's like clicking Minesweeper and it's like 6. And you're like, okay, I'm not going to do that. All right, cool. Awesome.
Well,
basically, okay, yeah. So Arthur is soft forbidding you all from accepting this quest.
Sure.
But by all means, if you want to take up this quest, that would be wild.
Yeah. I want to, whether or not it's a good idea or Gorthrin. I just want to go curious, but for sure. Can we get a good can we get a good look at him?
For sure.
Yeah, I'd like to at least. At the very least, there are weapons that might be notable, or give us an idea of where, you know what I mean. Like they make different. Do they make different kinds of swords?
Like on the continent or something like that?
Yeah,
no,
that kind of thing. Yeah,
no,
yeah.
It's they. They look like your standard. Like it's a bit of a sword blade tip in his head, and the lances look like your standard kind of Kimric
standard lance,
points.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Ace Win is just like glaring daggers at Gorthrin. Don't.
Yeah.
Are there any of the younger knights in the court? None of the ones who haven't made round table that.
Yeah.
To me, this seems an opportunity for they can afford to go against Arthur because they've got less to lose. I'm curious about that. Because Gorthrin will look, but
and one of the new knights from this year steps forward and defies Arthur and begins to heal this knight. Arthur scolds him immediately, being like, you there. It's foolish to take this up without knowing what it entails. Do you want to die? And the knight says, with all due respect, my king, it is better for me to die who hasn't done anything than one of your knights of this kind of renown to suffer. But this quest is beyond any knight to accomplish. And as he pulls out the spear or the lance tip, he says, I know. I accept my fate. No one can be blamed but myself. And then one more time, who are you? He says, I don't know.
The Wounded Knight doesn't even.
No, not this young knight.
Hmm.
Wow.
Is he wearing a livery, a crest of any kind?
No. I'm from a lake. Very well, Knight of the Lake. Then accept your quest. You all don't know it at this point, but this is Lancelot.
I was gonna fucking say.
Yeah, it is. I was gonna say.
So it's super poignant that you would say this is the perfect quest for someone to show up, and it's literally the quick time event is exactly that, being like,
yeah. Gorthrin will.
Then all the power to me to die
on his way out.
Yeah.
Acewin, following the tradition of Winterborn Gunnets being tools for cosmic irony, it's going to be like, that young knight will not account to anything if he keeps acting like that.
Yeah. Yvain totally agrees with you. Yeah, being like, it's a shame. He could have went somewhere, but no, he chose to burn up. Okay.
Yeah. I like his moxie. Let's go to his gym.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, like, basically everyone's like, yeah, exactly. Like all their round tables are like, damn, that's too bad. Like there's no shot. But that was a cool move. I hope you all remember. Like, I hope we get to know that guy's name at some point. We can offer a toast of him next year after he certainly dies.
Hope he learns his name at some point.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, that's cool. I thought we would get to see him soon. And so is the guy, the Cornish knight, is he?
He's recovering.
Okay. Good.
He's not dead. No.
Jeez, this guy.
But he basically is like, I can't be healed until someone offers to take up my quest.
Yeah.
And he basically whispers to Lancelot what it is to do, and he's like, okay. Sometimes it do be like that.
You like that? Yeah. All right. Well, that's magic foot. They can deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
And with the magic out of the way, the feast can begin. I will roll the feast food.
So,
roasted salmon and wine sauce, meat tiles, and then our favorite hypocrites. I don't know what meat tiles is.
Love a
we've
good meat
looked
tile.
this up before, right?
Usually it's like a hand pie.
Yeah. No. I remember I found it is this weird like crayfish that you grind up and turn into like a patty. The link is purple when I Google it. I was like, oh yeah, I did find this before. We have
looked at this one before. It's the
it's the seafood.
Yeah.
Right.
There's just one of the I'm sure in 1,000 years people are gonna be like, what in the
it's
medieval imitation crab.
It's like this meatloaf you make out of, according to this recipe, from 1393. Is you like take crayfish, put a bunch of stuff, like grind it up into a paste, and then cook that in pig fat, and then you put it in a bowl and put broth on it.
Beautiful.
Okay. Probably some kind of pork soup. Okay.
This is from Le Ménagère de Paris, translated by Janet Hinson.
Yeah. Wow.
Meat tiles.
I have a ancient Roman cookbook, and it's great because every one of them is like, all right, you start with the garum, the fish sauce.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, damn it. But it's fun. I love ancient food.
Do we
I saw a great video on someone making their own garum and like talking about it. It was alternately like, oh, that could be pretty good, and I was just like,
No, no, no.
I was gonna say, do people still make garum today, like in Italy? Like, was it just like anchovies sauce?
There is a modern version of garum that is considerably more palatable than what the Romans
whatever it was
were
they were doing.
See, that was the next step. So I'm like, okay, so then like, would Vietnamese fish sauce also be like way off from garum, or like it's kind of the same thing, right? Like dried fermented sardines.
I've never had it. I'm not much for fermented food myself, but
According to the video,
respect for those who do.
As I remember from the video, modern garum is essentially like very salty sort of fish sauce. And old school garum was like the fishiest, oiliest, saltiest. It just like they're like, I made it. Yeah. I made it to the recipe, and it is wild how fishy this is.
It is okay.
The Romans would just drink it. That was the thing. Would just
dredge my dormice through it before I eat it.
Just it's literally like weaponized umami. Like it's so pungent. That's awesome.
Yeah. What if we made meat a crime? Garum.
Oh yeah, love it.
Man.
All right. I think I'm still drawing 4 cards.
Well, that'll come up later.
Near the salt.
1,300, 13,000. Yeah, I haven't hit. I don't think.
No, it's 16.
16. Yeah.
16 is when it's like they know you over in what will one day become Poland.
Yeah.
But we got to do fashion and all that first. Yeah. So, do I still have, and I still haven't replaced my valet, so I'm still dressing myself.
Perfect.
Hey, right. So that means appearance. I get +1 +3 for jewelry. Right, we're capped at 3 for jewelry, or 5.
I forget what the cap was per tier, or even where I read that.
Well, I'm not going to spend more than 3, so total that. Crit! Hey, love that for me.
Like are you double, right?
Yeah, it's incredible. Nice work.
All right, what we got here?
Can't get a check on appearance though.
No,
I don't get above the salt for that, right?
No, I think you do. I think you do. I think you're above the salt for it when you crit your appearance.
Yeah, I think that might be the case. Which is both good and bad because I kind of
no cards
love
for you.
drawing cards. 2 cards for me. Above the salt, yeah. Crit
success. But you also get +2 geniality per round automatically.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
Instant 6. With the same. 2 more foods.
2 more foods.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I kind of like malicious slander. The other one is a test of strength. Gorthrin, he's captain strength.
The malicious slander could probably be someone from Wessex,
Yeah, there's a lot of different. There could be someone from Wessex. It could be some merchant, supplying the kitchen staff that made its way Til's Head. It could be there's any number of things. Gorthrin, no. I think I'm gonna play. I think we're gonna go with malicious slander. I want to see how this plays out.
Yeah.
All right.
Modest versus proud.
Modest versus proud. Modest.
If proud wins, you have to fight this fellow.
Yeah. Sorry, my computer's being really. 20.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's taking a second. Yeah, this is going to be probably going to end up fighting this guy. Not well, except we have a system now for that kind of thing. So, but Gorthrin is not known for his dueling. All right, here goes. Or his lance skills. Here's modest. Modest not win.
Okay.
And here's proud.
Hey, you failed both.
Hey, all right.
Perfect.
That's all right.
So you neither ignore nor scuffle with the knight.
Yeah.
Which to me says this goes unresolved. Something basically stops this from proceeding any further. Maybe like Arthur or somebody else comes along and it's like cut this out kind of situation.
Right. Thesis brewing. But Gorthrin's got eyes on this guy.
Yeah, very much like
yeah.
We're not done here. Yeah, exactly. But it hasn't spilled over or anything. Okay, but all right, no. Well, because of this situation, though, we should make this more concrete who it was. I mean, you drew the card. I'm totally happy with you expressing who the person is. Could be someone from Wessex. It could be someone completely random over something else.
I like the Wessex angle. Just because it sticks. There's been a lot of interaction between Camelot and Wessex the last couple of years. I think it makes sense that this is just more fallout from this decision to shelter Oswald.
Yeah, so it's that family. Which then, okay, yeah, and then in that respect, is the reason why the proud fails and you're not doing the duel is like, does Rodgar actually like step in and want to do this then? Or
this is what he's here for.
Yeah. The Knight of Waxes that we're talking about is Tudfuk. Classic name.
Classic name. L?
Yeah.
Okay.
That L is supposed to be a vowel, I think.
All right. Okay. Wessex Knights. Somebody looking to make a name for themselves, no doubt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Tudvik. Probably what it is. I'm gonna say Tudvik until someone who knows more Welsh than I do can tell me.
Hold on.
Because I think you're supposed to just ignore the first four middle letters.
I just looked it up.
Yeah. It's
Tidwolf.
Oh, okay. Oh, because CH is an F?
Okay. Yeah, it's like Tidwolf, but like it's that Tidwolf. Welsh FV sound in the middle.
Yeah.
And the F, the LF at the end has a kind of sound to it too.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild. I will never be right when I assume how to pronounce something in Welsh.
No. Hey, yeah. Hey, I started learning Irish, and it's very similar. I am way off base for it.
I know 2 other people who are learning Irish, and it's wild.
It is remarkably hard coming from someone who only knows English and some years of collegiate Spanish. It is remarkably difficult. Learning now I understand the true degrees of learning a Romance language coming from English, where it's like, oh yeah, this logically can fit the model in my brain. This is just a completely different model. You just have to learn it a different way. It's also why Duolingo does not work for me on that way, because Duolingo doesn't tell you that kind of syntax thing. But anyways, okay, good. Let's just say I'm gonna say Tidwolf because I'm never gonna be able to say it right. Okay.
Okay.
Tidwolf. Tudfuk. No.
Say Tidwolf, but try to be
Tidwolf.
clearing your throat the entire time.
Tidwolf. Yeah. Tidwolf. Yeah. Yeah. Tidwolf. All right, so it's Tidwolf, who's has a bone to pick with you. Just making a note for future problems in the day. And this is actually important because you know what also might stop this from going off any further? Guinevere. For the first time in a while, Guinevere is up for her Queen's Knights for a tournament in their respect, and is going to proclaim that she asks all Queen's Knights for the remainder of the feast, basically to Midsummer, to be the most courteous they can be. And so the challenge is basically a courtesy tournament.
Okay.
So you're going to be up against, some other notable roundtable knights here would be like Sir Kay is part of the Queen's Knights. And, obviously eventually there's going to be Lancelot as well. But the big rivalry right now is you and Kay as sort of like the big top dogs.
Yeah.
Gawain, of course, is in here as well, but he's kind of fallen to a third, especially after this whole like Pelennor thing.
I'm gonna say, how courteous is he?
It's kind of like a a Russian doping scandal problem. So
Right,
like he's
yeah.
technically part of the Queen's Knights, but he's like not under. He's the Republic of Gawain instead. Like the Gawain committee instead of the of Gawain. So he's that sort of shadow is amazing that he never lives up to his ideals, right?
Yeah. I think
Is
so.
really what I mean.
I like Gorthrin and Kay's interactions because, like, Kay recommended Gorthrin to the round table and sort of I think was his sponsor. There was that one time we broke a table arm wrestling, I think. And so now one where we are the most courteous is great, because I think that this will be real a good challenge, and Gorthrin looks forward to matching his courteousness against Kay's.
Lovely. We will. Yeah. Do you want to do just a quick test to see sort of like who's the better courteousy person, just in terms of like a pace right now of who's sort of
Sure.
in the lead here?
Yeah. Is it the second round of the feast?
Yeah. Just this again. This is just sort of like, this isn't going to say who wins the
Sure.
tournament yet. It's just like a matter of
Like first impressions, kind of.
yeah, exactly, right. Pole position, basically.
Yeah. 3 for me.
Okay. Fail for me.
Ooh.
So you are winning.
Praise toast.
Yeah.
But Gorthrin will make small affirmation of the Queen's call, and raise a glass to his competitors.
Aw. May the best knight win. Will you do me the honor of cheering us all on today as we yeah. Lovely.
Gorthrin's been learning courtesy since he was attending the Bishop of Sarum,
Yeah.
so he knows all about it.
Yeah. Beautiful stuff. Okay. Sorry for interrupting the festivities. Acewin?
So can't draw cards, which is a terrible shame. But I do have access to the whole high table.
Yes.
And I think I'm going to use this as an opportunity to get a feel. We've had a lot of sort of more personal politics within Logros being talked about, and like Logros's immediate neighbors. But like I kind of want to get a sense of like what is the top down paradox level politics that might be going on between here and the continent. Like, I have no idea what's going on the continent these days. I think ever since the expedition with Uther's shitty son, Maddox, and we left, and we've had like visitors from the continent, but I have no idea what it looks like over there.
Mm.
It was Gareth that was hostage in Brittany, right? With Gorthrin.
Yeah. But like, we were in Brittany, but they're like almost literally Logris people who
Hanging out
were exiled, you know, like as far as continent people go, they're the least continent people.
Frankly, the continent is definitely a second concern to Arthur right now.
Mm-hmm.
So just like, but in terms of a general pace, he's still trying to hash out stuff with Rome and what's his name, Boars, and all the folks. Apparently they're all still like kind of warring back and forth, and Arthur is kind of positioning himself, saying like, hey, I'm kind of awesome. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I might be your solution that you need.
Okay.
I know you kind of like came to my court when I was a boy and tried to get me to bend the knee to your emperor, but I see things aren't going so great for you over there. Perhaps I can, be of assistance in some way. So they're kind of like waiting. It's kind of this weird limbo, but Arthur kind of feels a little good here about like, hey, perhaps I can help. There's a lot of conflicts, but really, the thing that's taking up Arthur's time right now is he's kind of grieving the loss of Pelennor. He's taking it a little personal. He wants to put a stop to it, and so just like and he thinks that chivalry isn't enough. And then he thinks he's gonna basically, you kind of see it like at his table, like he's kind of like writing down some notes or like scratching off some stuff here and there. But like looking it over, he's kind of like writing sort of a preamble to, perhaps some kind of like charter. But it's very much in the line of, as knights, you're entitled to, to present your stuff in court. But kind of like using the death of Pelennor and this sort of murderous revenge thing of like, perhaps there's got to be a better way of fixing this.
Okay, that's a lot of information without a roll. Do I need to roll?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
because that'll give you even more.
And fucking tastic. All right. Intrigue. There we go. And I have 2. Wait, genealogy. I don't think. Wait, does genealogy impact intrigue?
Yo, yeah.
Yeah, it does. All right. Your boy's sitting at a 17. What's happening? Why is Roll20 doing this? Top. There we go. Fail. Somehow, still fucking fail.
Okay. Then instead, that's all you get. Sadly.
Very Italian hands of me.
Mm-hmm. 15% chance, which means 100% chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Oh well.
1 in a million chances happen 9 out of 10 times. It's just the math.
In this game,
the math of it.
Yeah. That's definitely true for us. It's been a wild world. Okay.
Let's see. It's round 2. So I get keep dancing. Excellent wine. Gossip, which is a keeper, and then King of the Bean.
King of the Bean.
King of the Bean.
You got King of the Bean?
The King of the Bean. Yeah.
Watch out, we got a Bean King over here.
I think that is the one. Like, I think it fits with this tournament thing. Maybe Gorthrin comes out as dressed as I don't know. I like the idea of Gorthrin as Cupid's cherub. But I like to. I'm going to play the King of the Bean because I haven't had a chance to. This seems like a fun, lighthearted a feast, and yeah. So that gets me. I get 10 glory, 3 geniality, and I keep the card and have to draw cards. Right. Yeah. Like it prevents me from like
cards. Yeah.
You can't play any keep cards. Can't like gossip or gamble or flirt or things like that. Yeah.
So basically, it's just like getting a star in Mario Kart. So okay.
Yeah. King of the Bane is worth 40 glory by itself.
Yeah.
King of the Bane. Love it.
Good stuff.
I think Gorthrin especially is going to make sure that Wessex Knights knows that he doesn't care that like he's all right, I'll make a fool of myself right in front of you. That's how little
I think about this. That's a power move.
Yeah. I think next thing Acewin wants to do is, she is the Marshal of Salisbury, and she wants to see how and whether they're like the other counties have their own marshals, whether they have any kind of influence or whether or not it's kind of a ceremonial position. Like, because again, the job of the marshal is ostensibly to like run the Earl's army when it's called up. So these would be ostensibly Acewin's peers when the King's army is brought together. So I kind of want to like see if I can get to know any of them and see how they're running things, how they're handling the office in their county.
Sure. Do you want to ask someone like locally or kind of just anyone, any kind of random person? But like, you could ask Cornwall, Scavalon, Northumbria, what I mean? You can go north, you can go anywhere.
Let's go to Scavalon. Yeah, let's go to Scavalon.
Sure. Okay. Well then that would probably be the inheritor of Pelennor is Lamorak. I think it's Lamorak. And so his marshal would be, I don't know. Gonna have to make up somebody.
Let me roll first.
Mena. So Scavalon. So this would be like the major city, and I think then Mena's big problem right now is that they've been marshal even under Pelennor. It's just that people are getting a little restless, especially when it comes to like mustering people. Either people are beginning to not show up for muster, like there's sort of just like a little bit of like we're kind of losing our edge in some ways, and in other ways people are like kind of itching for a fight. Another, where it's like things are a little too idle, and that's causing problems, right? Idleness, what's the how's the idiom go about idle hands?
Idle
and the devil?
Hands are the devil's devil's playground.
Yeah, so it's very much like that. Where and in fact, if anything, they're probably interested in seeing how your tournament stuff has gotten along.
Yeah, you are anticipating where I was probably going to go with this.
Yeah. So you're telling me that you can just get these people to fight out their problems and not? How does that not cause death? And like, how are you not having blood feuds all over the place in Salisbury? Like, why doesn't pride?
Pride. The pageantry of it. The tournament still allows one to get these aggressions out, hone one's martial skill, but the pageantry gives avenues for the release of pride that would otherwise be released within the fight itself. Right? Two fighters do not fight to the death so that the winner can claim some pride. Rather, they engage with the pageantry of the tournament for their pride and settle their skill at the list.
Well, consider me skeptical. Like I'll believe it when I see it.
In which case, Acewin is going to personally invite him to attend the next Salisbury tournament as her guest.
Yeah, Manor would love to go. Yeah, she'll be there. Cool. See how this idea take shape in other parts of the kingdom.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Gonna kickstart the tournament period all by myself.
Yeah,
do it.
Okay.
So,
and what about this last round here? What do you?
Last round, I get a host card.
Host passes by.
Yeah. And it is about a passion, and it is strongest passion, which means King Arthur comes by
Guinevere,
and
right?
talks to Gorthrin about Guinevere.
My wife.
Let me tell you about your wife, sir.
3 pages later.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have
How
another
long?
round in you?
Yeah. How much time do you have, Arthur?
Yeah. Let's see. There we go. Regular success, not a crit. So Gorthrin doesn't go overboard. He maintains his modesty. But the queen is called a tournament of courtesy. Gorthrin appears to be the favorite. I think this fits.
Yeah, for sure. No, I like that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, well put. And Gorthrin, like I was sort of thinking about it, and like Gorthrin is like he literally idolizes Guinevere.
Yeah.
Right. Like she's literally like the other half of this prosperity and everything that we're enjoying. And like it's not so much like I must have her myself, but just Gorthrin desires to be respected and admired by her above pretty much anything else. Is sort of how I kind of frame it for him. It's just her well regard for him is like the most important thing. And so that's sort of how he puts it, is that the queen inspires me to greater deeds and to be a better knight than I think I ever could be. And that is why I'm grateful. And
would you say
to see the two of you reign long?
Would you say she's the reason how you slew what's his name? What's the giant's name?
Sangwar.
Yeah, Sangwar, Black Blood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you say she was the reason for?
I can't remember.
Or is that just what the stories say?
No, I think he was impassioned at the time.
Yeah.
No, indeed, I swore she had called on us to be chivalrous, to let our actions speak for the righteousness in our hearts, and that we should act honorably. And well, your life was at stake. The prosperity of the kingdoms was at stake. And I could not let a giant stand in between me and whatever I could do to help save that.
What a well put, most courteous statement, Gorthrin.
Yeah.
Okay. He thanks you for it. Well done. And well, I guess the other question then would be like, before that, he would probably be leading into it. And will you compete with her favor in my tournament this year?
Have me, yes. And Gorthrin considers his record, but
yeah,
he will always accept when
given
the chance.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there will be a tournament, by the way, this year.
Yeah.
Acewin is going to get drunk. specifically is going to get drunk with, I'm trying to decide who, but she wants to kind of get some feedback on her solution to the Yanto problem. Trying to think who might be good to commiserate with about that. I don't know. No one comes to mind.
Not Arthur, yeah. Arthur's not the person to talk about kids. Probably. I mean, Urian's for sure. I mean, Yvain's got his own kids. Lamorak, like pretty much any of the notable roundtable knights would be certainly that would be up here. You could talk to.
You know what? Let's go with Lamorak. I'm already talking to Mena, so we'll stay in Escavalon.
Yeah, for sure.
Just
well, I always get it mixed up. Escavalon, I think, is actually the city, and it's Eastern. It's Estergales is actually the Eastern Wales.
Yeah.
I just realized that. But yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay.
Okay.
I will put that in my notes.
I always look at it and think
I
it's
roll
like Central Texas city, like Estragales.
Yeah. I mean, it could be. Yeah, it could be Estragales.
I have no idea.
Which I'm pretty sure. Because I mean, in my brain, it just to me, I think that's the kind of thing you mash up when you're trying to say Eastern Wales. East Wales.
East Wales. Yeah.
Becomes Estragale. Like it's probably that, right?
That's a crit, baby. That's a crit. That's 2 more.
You are
geniality.
Notably not drunk.
Well, so I chose temperate, so I'm actually sharing food, not.
Oh, the other way around. Yeah.
Back.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
So I'm like plying Lamorak with meat tiles. It's like, this one's particularly
slurping them up.
Square.
Slurping up the meat tiles.
Yep. We have
I don't get these in Escavalon. Yeah, these are so good.
We have a Lady in the Tramp moment with a meat tile between us.
God. I'm trying to think of when I don't know, moon hits your eye like a meat tile. I couldn't come up with anything. Some more, but that's fine. Oh man.
Love it.
Yeah, so
love it.
I mean, Lamorak's feeling generous. Is there anything you want to ask him about anything?
Yeah, just like kind of outline the issue and how I solved it and be like, I don't know if I solved anything, but it's the best thing I could think to do.
Yeah.
Like how do you protect your child without protecting your child?
Or reminds me of something that Pelennor did when I was young. And we'll proceed to give you a story about, because I am not smart enough to come up with a cool childhood anecdote to reflect the situation. But in general, the spirit that the thrust I'm trying to convey would be, Lamorak remembers a time when someone else interceded on Pellennor's behalf. So it was Pelennor doing it, but just in a way that you had someone else doing it. Perhaps some sort of boon from the Earl could make your child the object of attention.
Yeah. I think I could swing that. And I think I think that provokes an idea for a swing.
Right. Now keep in mind you would be switching you're trading one problem for another, where there will be jealousy of gifts rather than bullying.
Here's the thought, and here's the immediate thought is hunting with the Earl. That's something that could definitely do, especially given Gorthrin's hunting connection with Rufus.
Yeah.
There's a place for a kid of my age to that, right? Like they're the one that like takes care of the hunting dogs, for the hunt, or the hawk, depending on what. And that fits within what my kids' interests are, which is animals. So like I think put all that together, if I can ask the Earl to like ask for my son Yanto.
Yeah.
My house guest, who is the son of someone in my house, Yanto, as like to like hold one of the dogs or something on the next hunt, then that will be a cool experience, because it's not a thing. The kids might not be necessarily jealous of it. They'd probably be intrigued by the experience, like tell me about what that was, rather than give me your shiny bauble type deal.
Yeah.
So that's the idea that Colin / Aswin just had.
Well, I definitely think that I have a question about whether or not Yanto actually likes hunting, because it's very different than liking the outdoors. But I don't know. Maybe I'll roll something and see. But in general, yeah. Because I think that could. But I think I like where you're going with that. The idea of them being involved and being sort of like a, not like the hunt master or whatever of like a hunt, but like being a key player in that position as a kid would be kind of awesome, and like of important. But yeah, and it's not like Rufus doesn't owe you at least a favor at some point, So for everything that you all have done for him. So yeah, I think it could work.
Nice.
Saving his life and all that. So
as you do.
Yeah, so I don't think there would be any sort of like role required in order to convince the Earl to do that for you.
Okay.
You would just basically spend whatever kind of let's just assume you can spend your leverage that you have accrued up on him on it.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay.
If we're talking anything hunting, like Gorthrin's in charge of all the.
Yeah. Oh,
he's the hunt master for the Earl.
Honestly, good point. Like if you just if you open up to Gorthrin about it. Yeah, but hey, not like the reason why per se, but like, hey, like, can you just have Yanto on a hunt for me, and make him look good for the Earl? That'd be super awesome.
Certainly. Yeah. I think it also give Gorthrin a chance to just get to know Yanto. Would this be a good fit for him? Because a master of hounds, like, that's a good place to be in a household,
Yep.
Yeah.
Kid's only 7, so we still have time to see, like, is he gonna be steward? Is it gonna be sword? We don't know, but like either way, knowing your way around a hunt is a good thing. And honestly, Aswin's like, my dad didn't prepare me for hunts. We're shitty at hunts. Maybe this kid will break the cycle.
Yeah. It's a really good point.
Yeah.
Like, if he can find a caterpillar, he might not get lost in the woods.
Yeah.
Which would be a great change of legacy for the entire got it line.
Yeah. That would be the plausible deniability for, no, this is definitely not my bigamist son of bigamy. This is just a kid, and look, he's good at hunts. He definitely isn't a kid.
Yeah.
No blood. No son of mine's good at hunting, let me tell you.
The other option is forester.
Forester,
Forest, and there's some forests that are off limits to just common use, and those have royal or sub royal attendants that keep track of things and keep people out. He could easily he could low-key be a ranger.
Yeah, actually that's something I don't ever see in any games or anything like that, but literally a royal.
The royal forester is a thing. They watch the royal forests, and the Earl has his own forests too. I don't know that we ever really delineate it that much, but
yeah, but to get out of Pendragon for just a second, but like that's absolutely like we always think of in fantasy forests and stuff as sort of like the wild ancient forests, right? And you live in those ones, and they're always the scary ones because that's like the fantasy part. But there's also like the forest that is the manicured royal one that is basically the town's grocery store, and like that type of ranger.
Yeah, there's that. There's deer parks where it's like this is a section of forest that just somebody comes in and cleans up all the underbrush. You can ride your horse through it.
Yeah,
yeah,
there's that ranger.
Keeps poachers off of it.
Yeah, You actually, your favorite enemy are hunters because for hunting poachers. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Hunt the most dangerous animal.
Yeah. All right. Well. Okay. Then I think that will conclude the feast for this one, and then the answer for the Queen's tournament will be resolved during Arthur's tournament.
Okay. Cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So I already took the liberty to break us into brackets for the tournament before the session.
Oh.
So Aiswin, you are fighting Gwaine round 1.
God damn it.
Gorthrin, you're riding against Kay. Yeah. We can assume there were other rounds and that we got to this sort of point. Okay. I just, in order for times, I just snapped the semifinals effectively.
Yeah.
Is the only thing worse than being matched up first with Gawain in a tournament would be like if Aiswin had to go play tennis against the Williams sisters,
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah,
it's duos or single, and you're like, okay, guess I die. That's fine.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Well,
this is
Rodgar gives you like a huge, like, you got this, you could do this.
Yeah.
Pumps you up.
All right, definitely calling on my passion for Queen Guinevere to put success. All right, I'll take just a regular success, I believe, with with the new ones is not plus.
Well, Kay will also call on his amour for Queen Guinevere.
Actually, it is +2.
And it's a 20, so like he auto passes, but it's just a question of
both have exalted passions for her.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. This will be then this is a contest for the love. There's no animosity between Gorthrin and Kay, and Gorthrin is certainly.
Oh, not at all.
This is for the love of the game, and the love of our beautiful queen.
It is. What would be the term? Saccharine? Like, it is too sweet. It is. It is too Disney movie-esque. How noble. Because think about this. This is also during a fight for courtesy, so it's extremely like as at saccharine.
Gorthrin comes out like just white. And just brand new tab of the horse has Caprizon all over it,
like you both of you have set up to tilt, and like you're waiting for the other person to go, but they're like, no, you go first. It's like being at a Canadian stop situation.
This is
where, like, nobody wants to start because you're too nice.
Yeah, they don't know that I'm from Texas, so I'll just go first.
Yeah,
the most disappointed hockey fans essentially in the stands right now.
Yep.
It's like, hit someone.
No, it's extremely that, Colin. It's like, dude, like everyone's like, oh, this is gonna be the best fight ever. These knights, they love the queen. It's gonna be this epic match, and there's literally no violence at all. Like, it's like they won't even fight each other yet because everyone's so super happy. Like, they're like, okay, maybe we should actually go, and then it starts. Okay.
All right, so we both get 10.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, there's no other,
just pretty much
nothing else going on.
No.
Oh, come on. 8.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oof, Gorthrin.
Oh wow.
Gorthrin.
So Kay
unseats him.
Yeah, Kay unseats you. But obviously, like, before he accepts the victory, he's gonna dismount and like pick you up and being like, you well fought, and oh, you're just lucky that was just the sun, you know, like he's just, you know what I mean?
No,
Like, but he's,
no,
yeah.
Okay, please, your skill is unsurpassed.
Yeah.
You know, like this is Gorthrin. Like I have Kay.
Well, yeah, because
Kay is one of his friends. So
he hits you, right? Like it's that situation where like he literally hits you and you get dismounted, and like your token like flies off and he like catches it on his lance so it doesn't hit the ground for her, you know, for like Queen, and then hands both of them off to her, being like, "You're okay." Like extremely like the most.
this is better than the time he lost to Sir Agravain.
Yeah.
Certainly doesn't win as much, but he's gonna nurse his pride afterwards.
And much to the chagrin of us as the audience, we can enjoy this dramatic irony as the Queen says, "I love how well you two duel, and I'm looking forward to the fights between you two for my affection, as Queen's guards for many years to come."
Does that assuage the melancholy I would feel for having?
Yeah. There can only It is a great sadness that my favor can only be given to one victor. You know, but each of you have displayed
the best of us.
Yeah, each of you have displayed tremendous amounts of valor and stuff in this duel. But
it's one for
polite,
3 now.
But there are still many. There's still plenty of tournament left. So continue being courteous and enjoy here. From the stands and. Gorthrin, you should probably get that looked at. Like that's because you just got your ass kicked.
You just did, yeah.
I'm not gonna worry about damage and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure we're all. Are we using blunted lances?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why I'm not particularly that concerned about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. One division down. Kay proceeds. Let's do Aceman's one.
All right. Aceman is going to call on hospitality. Her desire to make a good showing and not like be a good guest by not being a pushover. Like no expectation of winning against Gawain. Saw that dude hold off 5 other knights single-handedly, and I honestly think giving me the one was a favor to me, not because he needed. So let's invoke that. Thank Christ. All right, so that is only a +5 because it is not a notable. All right.
Whoa, shit.
Hey.
Gawain's gonna call on his passion for Arthur.
He fails his
passion for Arthur.
Oh no.
Okay. So I mean, I think with this, you unseat Gawain, who then leaves.
Oh, wow.
So like literally, and no one expected this, and
least of all me.
And then the only person who didn't expect this more than you was Gawain himself, who like after like basically knocking his head on the ground, gets up, just looks around, and just gets back on his horse and just leaves. Like just literally just is gone. Oh no.
Rodgar just flipping out.
And it's dead silent, and then Rodgar is like, yeah!
Just from the back, from the nose.
You did it! Wow. Okay. Yeah. Melancholy.
Awesome.
Yeah, Arthur has to try to like save the moment here. And tries to play and focuses more on just how you're on your victory there. So good job. Holy crap. All right. Would one of you like to roll for Gaheris, and one would like to roll for Lamorak? Gaheris is going to call on his passion for family, because now he has to avenge his brother's performance, right?
Yeah, I'll do Geharis.
I'll do Lamrak.
And also, this is a little bit of a grudge match considering Orkney brothers against the guy who killed their dad.
Yeah.
Oop.
But also, Pelennor is the one who killed King Lot, so it's kind of like a.
Yeah, we're getting into very Greek territory here.
It's extremely Greek.
I was rolling for the passion first. I don't know if it was automatic or not. But
Yeah, hatred. I mean, if you were rolling for hatred or whatever, yeah.
okay. And then that'd be whatever. I guess that would make +5, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Lamrak, unless his lance is 20 or higher, he beefed it.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought he got wasn't Lamerick the one that whipped everybody's at the tournament on or am I thinking of somebody else?
No,
the last tournament?
Yeah,
No,
remember
the one that we didn't get to.
Lamrak?
Yeah.
Remember he did. Remember Lamrak was the one who everyone said Pelennor was going to go, he promised to do it, and then he said, surprise, it was actually my son who kicked everyone's ass. Yeah, but not today.
Not today.
Not today. Oof.
Another surprising upset.
Man. That's going to be some bad blood.
Where's this tournament being held, by the way? Is this at Camelot?
Is that Camelot?
Okay.
Yeah. Good question. So then that leaves Urians and Agravain. This has been a wild tournament. No one expected this one. Everyone's like, "Oh wow, it's been a while since we had a tournament." Yeah, no wonder we should do more of these. This is awesome.
Yeah. Urians and Agravain. Okay.
No,
that's like his uncle, right?
Yep. I mean, this is all. They're pretty much all.
They're all. At least
but yes, very much so, right?
Clan.
Yeah.
All right. Which one who do you want to roll for?
Step uncle?
Urians.
All right,
I'll do Urians.
I'll go take Agravain.
Technically stepdad.
Ooh, 18. That's in that crit territory, depending on their skill. Yeah. Ooh, this is going to be a good match.
They're both 19.
So, yeah. So this is a very close victory for Urians.
All right. So that means, oh, man. So Urians beats his stepson, leaving Acewin and Urians to fight. Now we're in semifinals. Quarterfinals done. Geharis, NK, and Acewin and Urians. Wow. Let's do Geharis and K.
I'll do Geharis.
Okay.
They don't really hate each other. There's nothing about it other than just a good sport.
He's still impassioned.
Yeah.
That is a crit.
Can you just roll a d6 for me? If it's less than a 3, then no. Then it's a fumble. No, okay, they're still impassioned. Okay. Here is still in rage mode.
Love it.
Yeah. Hey, that's okay.
Yeah, you can assume that pretty much everyone at this fight has a 19.
Okay.
That's helpful. Yikes. All right. So I need to roll to see if I am still impassioned, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
50-50.
Fuck.
Nope.
All right. I'd like to invoke honor here because, like, after that first one, I was like, okay, I beat Gawain, and now I gotta show that wasn't a fluke. I gotta show that I got the chops. I can do this. I can go the distance.
Yeah.
All right. It's another +5. Really need that to keep up with these guys. Oh, not great.
Let me roll for Urians.
Yeah. So basically d20 plus 9, right? Yeah, that'll do it.
It's
a crit.
What?
Because if your base skill is 19 and you're impassioned with +10, then you're rolling a +9.
Urians is impassioned?
Oh no, forgive me. No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Gehiris and K. My bad.
Yeah, Kay was impassioned. I didn't think
Yeah.
Dragons was
No, you're right. So that's a tie.
at the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a push.
You basically will both. Well, is that? Yeah, I think you tilt again. If you tie
All
3
right.
times, then you go to sword.
Right. Okay.
All right.
All right. Baby.
Okay. Wow. Urians goes down.
Dragons unseated.
This is I just kept crawling and it kept working moment for Acewin.
Yep.
Nobody had you in the final 4 brackets. For
Not even Acewin.
Yeah, for
Acewin had Gorthrin in the final four.
yeah, for Pentecost Madness. Like there's nobody had this. This is yeah. Okay. Acewin in the finals. Gehiris and K.
All right. Yeah. I thought we already did get Gehiris and K.
Yeah.
Because K
Gehiris.
crit on Gehiris.
Oh yeah, so it is. So it's Gehiris and Acewin in the finals, right? Did I just mess up?
Or K and I thought it was K and Ace.
Sorry. Yes. So yeah, because K is impassioned from the Queen. Yes, it's my bad. I am.
Let's see if he still is.
Yes.
Unless the chances go down each round.
It should go up by it's 4 or less. No, so both of you failed.
Bill.
Yeah,
Okay.
each time it gets consecutively harder to keep it.
Certainly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to keep that kind of thing going on.
All right.
Shit. Do I risk invoking a passion? Like I kind of have to. I'm gonna invoke love of family. I proved okay. I'm not gonna be a pushover just because I'm up against an amazing knight. And then it was this is for my personal reputation, like that I do have the chops. And now it's no longer about me. Winterborn Gunnet. We're gonna put our name on the map. That I like. My father was not known for tourneys. I'm starting the tradition here.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, it definitely shows that you do that. Wow. Yeah. This Salisbury tourney thing.
Okay. So
Okay.
I think 8 that means it's a +10 because that is a notable
Exalted? Yeah,
exalted. Yeah.
I believe so.
Just double checking. Don't want to get that wrong.
Or no, that's 20 plus.
20
is
plus.
where
So
exalted.
16 to 18. Okay, so it's still +5. All right. That's fine by me. I'll take anything.
I'm assuming K would call on another passion. He probably has probably not a, like honor.
I mean, he has love of household and loyalty and stuff as well.
Okay.
But they're at 16s.
Okay. He's gonna call on one of those because I feel like at this point he's fighting to be able to
All right. Gets a +5.
be champion of this and the other tournament.
Beef it.
Yeah.
At a +5, you'd have to roll a 1 to
You
get
have to
a
roll
tie.
another one.
So roll another one.
He's being courteous.
Come on, G.
That's the opposite.
No.
That's a crit. That's a crit. All right.
Uh,
I love the idea, like his courtesy runs out for the final.
His courtesy runs out now. It's all for keeps.
I would love that if the queen, like, before the final was like, okay, and Sir K wins this year's tournament, and he's like, oh, thank God. All right, knuckle cracks against you. But no, it doesn't have to be that way. But okay. No, K is still courteous because just the kind of guy he is. And picks you up. I mean, he tells you well fought.
Yeah.
That was
The
bad.
game. Yeah.
Acewin tries to be gracious. The melancholy is starting to set in. And you're like, oh, now the family name will never be known for tourneys because of me.
Yeah.
While Rodgar is coming to like dump something over your head.
No, he will try to. K will actually. You know how cool of a guy K is? K will try to snap you out of it.
K's my man.
Love of family. Because he'll remind you that, like, I'm trying to think of like tying this back to Gareth and being like, you united Arthur, right? Your family's already in the history books. So he's like, so basically, don't beat yourself up. Your family is already regaled through time, and I expect more to come. So he's gonna try to snap you out of it, which I think you have to roll with a passion of family of 16.
Yes.
And he has to beat what for you? Did you roll over it?
Yeah. No, I rolled a 2. So
right, but you
roll
lost.
higher than
yeah. Okay, so he has to beat a 2. Nope. Okay.
Nope. Yeah.
Okay.
And Acewine's gonna be like, did you just invoke the nameless knight anonymously knighting Arthur as my father? As the thing we're going to be known for. We're going to be known for being anonymous. Thank you so much, Kay. Enjoy your laurels.
Yeah,
I'm going to go wallow in ignominy now.
I didn't really think that through. That's funny.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna go get drunk with Gorthrin now.
Yeah.
Immiserate.
Yeah.
I lose all the time.
Yeah, that's the craziest part. Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah,
that was a good time.
Glory for
second place. 50.
Nice.
Gorthrin, you get 25 for making it to the quarterfinals. Winning it though is 200.
Yeah. Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Not really that close to a 1,000 threshold though, so.
Yeah.
Between the feast and the tourney.
Acewin, hang on. You should gain 100. For defeating Gawain. Frankly.
Oh, separate.
Yeah,
just separately. Yeah,
absolutely.
So literally defeating him on horseback is exactly.
Yeah.
Normally Agravain and Garrus and stuff would be totally happy to drink with you, but they're like, listen, guys, no hard feelings. I gotta go find my brother. I don't know. Yeah. Like, look, the last time he was like this, he ran up several hundred league from tap.
Yeah,
I gotta go. We can't afford that anymore. We gotta go. Yeah, we need
welcome until.
Yeah, I need another Saxon king to ransom if I'm to afford his drinking bill. I gotta go.
Go hit me up when you're gonna go somewhere.
Yeah, let me know when we're gonna go invade Ireland. I gotta go. Yeah, man.
Oh shit.
All right, well, that's good stuff. Cool. And I think that will probably be the ending note for our game today.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. I know we just have come off of a string of not playing a lot, but we're gonna continue that streak for a little bit. I'm about
March
to go.
Is fucking wild.
Life happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on vacation for the next 2 weeks, and I basically will be midair during the time of this game for both times. So
I'm on vacation like end of March, so like the 26th.
Yeah, though that's one of the weeks we couldn't do anyway, so that's perfect. So yeah, we'll figure it out though. We'll come back. We'll still commit to the game. We love it, but it's just apologize for the touch and go timeline of play. Thank you all. That was fun.
That was really cool.
yeah, good stuff. Yeah, another relatively easy year. We'll come back for some more like pre-winter phase. Yeah,
I could sense we're going to be marching down the Italian peninsula in our future sometime.
Very much so.
And that'll be fun.
Yeah, like this is literally called the Conquest period, and it's like really not until much later in it.
I was like, what are we conquesting? Don't we control it all?
Yeah, but
somebody's got to rescue the Romans from Goths or whoever.
Yeah, the Pendragon campaign is like such an interesting like pace of like back-to-back fights, anarchy, all that stuff. Then you get the Boy King, all like the 1,000,001 fights for the Boy King, leading up to Baden Hill, and then you're in this sort of like downward denouement, relax, rebuild, magical stuff with Morgan, you know, and then you're like, okay, now we're going back to it's on the horizon, right? Like it's a really good kind of like balanced pace of like upbeats, downbeats of like as far as combat goes.
Really cool, especially where your character hits during that flow.
Yeah,
because like I was thinking about like having Erwin go out so early, get like Gorthrin's in this position where he's like, well, he's 30 now. If he doesn't die and the aging rolls go well, he can be around for a while. That's what I'm gunning for. But I want to be a baron. I want to hold the title from Arthur himself, and that means we gotta conquer something. We gotta fight together again.
Rock on. That's a good goal to have.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, y'all. Cool. All right, then we're gonna get out of here. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. All right. Cheers.